Okay guys, we're going to show you how to roll a jump slide combo now. Basically what we have here is a bounce house and a slide that's attached to the actual unit. The bounce house is in a square shape. The actual slide itself is in a rectangle shape. All the stakes have already been removed from it. So from here pretty much it's pretty simple. Now this can actually end up being very tricky. If it's not taken care of the proper way, you can actually end up with a a really big mess, and you'll have a slide that's all over the place. So we're going to show you how to do this. It's pretty simple. First, we're going to start off by basically grabbing the slide itself. We're going to grab a hold of it. We're going to make sure all the vents and that stuff obviously are open. From here, we're going to grab the slide, pull it back over on top of the actual bounce house itself. Once we've dragged it all the way up onto the bounce house, we basically have now created a square. So basically you can see the bounce house is now 100% in a square form because we pulled itself back on top of itself. Now from here we're going to throw the actual step over on top of itself. So now we have one big gigantic square. The actual tubes where you would hook the blower to are at the opposite end of where you're standing. And then from here basically the part that we just drug the slide back on top of itself, we're going to actually pull it back over onto the bounce house. So Michael, if you want to go over there and grab that corner for me. So basically it's kind of almost like a double fold. We've already folded the slide up. So now from here we're going to fold this part almost, not completely in half, but into a section of it. So basically a quarter of the way, or 50% of the way. Now from here, we're going to actually pull this side back over on top of itself. Basically, in a sense, if you look at this the right way, this is basically like having a trifold brochure. So, if you've seen some trifold brochures and that stuff inside of stores, inside of places of business, it's basically, in a sense, what we're doing here. From here, we're going to walk out all the air. So any air, leftover water, which we hope is not in there, we're going to basically walk this out. Try to get this as small as we possibly can. From there, we're basically going to take the unit itself, and we're going to start from the end away from the tubes, and we're going to roll this thing up as tight as we possibly can for the next person to use. So, we're sorry we don't have any instrumental music for you to listen to while we're doing this. You'll just have to listen to us grunt, because that's what you're going to be doing. Alright, so we've got it rolled up. Again, just like the bounce house, we're going to roll it back just a little ways, and Michael's going to assist me by tucking those noodles in. Now this is something that can be done by yourself. You do not have to have a second person. As you can see, he just folded that over on top of the noodles. From here, we're going to basically roll it back over on top of itself. We've got the strap, and from there Michael's going to tie that up. And that pretty much concludes the video for how to roll a wet-dry jump slide combo. This also works for strictly dry combos also.